Yeah, good afternoon, and I welcome you to our program, Spiracles Compass on OGTV. My name is Aino Okweyemi. Please pardon me. My name is Aino Okweyemi. Please pardon me, please. So, I welcome you to our program, your program, Spiracles Compass on OGTV, with my co-anchor on the program, Biodun. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, viewers. You are welcome to our program. Your program, Special People's Compass, on your People's Study OGTV television. My name is Abiodun Sheriff. Today will not be an exception to what we've been doing on the program. We come to your view pleasure on Wednesday by 3:30 to 4 p.m. to entertain you, to educate you, and to inform you all matters that has to do with disability, about their welfare, about the knowledge they need to, to acquire, for them to develop and to, for them to compete with their able-bodied ones and on how to better their lot. So that's what we discuss on Special People's Compass. It is the compass, total compass of people living with disability. Today will not be an exception, and we bet you're going to enjoy all bits of our discussion. Okay?
Yeah, I welcome you once again. Sorry for the the breaking transmission over there. Sorry, please. So now, today we'll be looking at the fundamental rights of children with disability. Whose responsibility? Yes, these are the one of the very major topics that needs to be discussed. In fact, often on TV, often on our media houses. In our media houses, I mean, because some still don't know. Some are still left out there, not knowing that these children actually have a fundamental right. We've had a lot of stories. We cannot continue telling you stories here. Stories of children, a child, someone who has even grown up to like 24, 25, that has not tasted education. Somebody whose parents has never shown a way forward. Because forget about government being there for all of us, fine. But you have to be there for your child. You are the number one person the child will see. It is after seeing you that the child will now know that somebody is being called government. Government is not the one that will breastfeed your child. You are the one. That means you are the first contact with that child. So what are those rights that needs to be known? Let's talk about, I think, the first three. Number one is the right to education. Right to education, right to good health, and right to protection from abuse. Protection from abuse. You see, when we begin to say these things one after the other, you will come to realize that you realize if you have given the right those rights to your children or to your child. If you have not done those things, they are readily available. Some of them you can access them from government. And the health we have to discuss with government today. We are going to tell government where and where they are still lacking. They are still lacking. So now let's talk about education. You as a parent, how well do you know that that child is having the right education? How well do you know that that child that you are carrying, that you are hiding, is having a profession out there with the government? That okay, I have a child with disability, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, 20 years. I'm sorry to say, if the right step needs to be taken, such parents needs to visit the court. They need to be taken. I don't want to be too emotional. They have to ask you, what did you ask? Did you ever ask anybody about the right of this child? Did you ever go out there to say, what can I do to help this child? Do you just keep him or her? Are you just waiting for somebody to help you to impregnate that girl? Are you just waiting for those guys that smoke, that take that move? They want to come and be giving that child drugs? Is that what you want to give to that child as a right? Now, my fellow parents, I will say my fellow parents, I'm also a father. Now, please, that child with disability do have a right. Now, right to education. Did you have a child that's not going to school? Did you even know that that child can actually go to school? Have you ever gone out to ask what school can admit, or which school can admit this child for me? Have you made an inquiry? Yes, there is chance, there is opportunity. There is opportunity to study for this child with disability. The Ministry of Education is there for you to help your child go to school. They are not collecting any cover from you. They are not going to ask you to bring any 1 naira for that child. In fact, to an extent, they do provide boarding facility for these children. Are you aware at all? By just keeping that child, depriving that child of the necessary right that is due to him or her. Now, to health, that is where we need to talk to the government. Please, let's start from our state, Ogun State Ministry of Health. I'm saying this today, please. I know you are trying. I know this is a state ministry that cares. And I don't know how you gather your information. I don't know what information so far you've been able to gather. Let's talk about people with disability. These children with disability, do you have any provision for them? Did you even tell governor that, governor, we have number of children with disability in Ogun State. If they are coming for treatment, what do you want us to do for them? Children with disability, most especially those with intellectual disability, they do have lots of sickness, like having seizure. Some who have seizure, they need drugs. Some will visit neuropsychiatric hospital, I will here in Abeokuta, to get drugs for the children or for the child. Now, if those parents who does not have any provision from the government, who does not have any succor from the government, now face the reality of buying drugs, let me tell you, the ministry, please, you all know how much they sell drugs, especially those drugs that needs to be taken every day. Some people have lost their children or their child just because they couldn't afford all this stuff. And I still have a parent who called me like 2 or 3 days ago, saying that nígbà tó ọmọ yẹn ṣubú àwọn gbé lọ sáró ó máa ń ṣubú àwọn máa ń gbé sáró ó kàn wọ́n máa nà ó máa nà màmá báwo wá ni ṣó ṣì ń lo oògùn ẹ̀ dáàdi àwọn náà lè kó tẹ̀sí ọkọ̀ jẹun náà làwọn ń wá. Look at that, a child that needs to be given drugs that is not given, the seizure will not go just like that. It won't even go on, just that it can be suppressed. Please, Ogun State Ministry of Health, we are begging you. I know some of you are having these children, but you don't have to take care of them. Let's think about those that don't have kobo, 1 kobo. I'm telling you all this so you can help us. I'm not calling you out I'm not just trying to name you badly. You are not bad people. I know you guys are working there.
I think
I'm being emotional.
Ogun State Ministry of Health, I think they are not the one in the saddle of providing those drugs and other. It is what the government have in budget for. I think we need to employ the present government. We know we are doing a lot for people living with disability. So on this, we need you to subsidize the rates and the amount of seizure drugs for intellectual disability. What do we mean by intellectual disability? We are talking about children with cerebral palsy, autism, and all those related illness like that. In that category, please, we need you to subsidize. We need you to subsidize their drugs, because when we think about the economic reality we have in our hand in the country at present, most of the parents cannot afford the drugs. So on behalf of all of us as a presenter of this program, we are begging you, we are pleading on their parents' behalf, please, of the state government, we need you to subsidize their drugs.
And I don't want to go extra mile. I still want to believe that there is more for the ministry to do. We can't be arguing this on the program, but there's still more for them to do, because I believe it is through the budget that money is being raised, and it is what is written down in the budget that will be defended and approved. I believe that if they go that extra mile to include, we are talking about inclusiveness now. If you are not talking about us, how would the government think about us? Then how would they provide for us? So I'm still imploring the Ogun State Ministry of Health, please, we beg you, the weight upon parents. We cannot come to be telling you how the feedback. I mean, please help us to put them in that budget. The treatment, the drugs. Talk about the consultation. Some people don't even have money for consultation. Talk much of having money for the diagnosis, for the test here and there, and the drug. We beg you. We are speaking for this circle. We are speaking for people with disability. We are begging the Ogun State government, please help us to do something to bring succor to parents of children with disability, most especially children with what's it called, the intellectual disability. So, and lastly, before I go, just 1 minute, the last one I want to discuss is the protection against abuse. How do you protect your children with disability? How do you protect them? Do you just tell them, take care of? Please don't endanger their life. Please don't put them to abuse. Don't expose them. We are begging you. Parents, this is your own responsibility to please protect these children from abuse.
Thank you very much, Okoyemi. This is a wonderful submission by Okoyemi, and this right must be well enacted and must be well protected for every children with disability to enjoy all this right, because they are a bona fide citizen of this country, they are a bona fide citizen of this state, and they deserve. It is their fundamental right to these services and the help from the government, just to ease the burden of their parents. And also, by extension, we are also calling on the federal government to enact a law, or a policy, bring out a policy that will reduce, if not totally free, at least reduce the prices of the drugs of these children with disability they often use, to calm their illness. When we're talking about their illness, we're talking about the seizure. This seizure happens regularly, and some other drugs they use. This is the best time to do well for us and to include us in your plan, because I know this government is all about renewing hope, and our hope must be truly renewed with your good policy, by ensuring that children with disability, their fundamental right is well protected, and they are well integrated into the Nigeria policies and programs. So on my own addition to what Okoyemi has been saying, one other thing that's very important about their rights is their freedom to life. They deserve a good life. They deserve a good life. First-hand experience I had this afternoon while coming down to the studio. Actually, there's supposed to be a cabman to come and pick me. Unfortunately, it's not forthcoming. So I need to improvise and know how to get here. So on getting to the main road, the time has gone. So I have to start wheeling myself down to the bus stop. I have to start wheeling myself. So when someone saw me wheeling down and the person give an hand of help, you know, what am I saying is because I can wheel myself because of the good roads. And thanks to the Prince Dapabiodun, Excellency, Governor of Ogun State, for the good road network. The road was so smooth for my wheelchair to get here very fast. Thank you very much. These are one of the ways children with disability can enjoy their freedom. At least, if there is no one to help, they can always at least help themselves. Because most of us using wheelchair, using crutches, we cannot navigate our way due to bad road. But on this one, I'm giving credit to the present government in Ogun State, Prince Dapabiodun. Thank you for your good road network that I enjoyed this afternoon while coming down to the studio. It's really a wonderful experience. It was a wonderful experience. And one other thing that I would love to say again is the social integration. Social integration. We need to be socially integrated into the society because the way we are being stigmatized, the way we are being, the way we are being treated, at times can bring a thought of suicide. If such parent, if such individual is not strong-minded. So society needs to desist from, giving all the kind of the bad eye or bad spot in life. We need to stop the stigmatization against people living with disability, especially children with disability. Because when you talk bad about them, when you don't show care, when you neglect them, you are abusing their rights. And this is one of the ways for our society to thrive. And this is one of the ways we can develop as a good people of Nigeria. We need to encourage ourselves. We need to lift ourselves. We need to give ourselves that little push. Because when we always say, Kukomi, Tabani Kukonwa, it come and bajegon. To back on lane, you will come lola, only coin losula. You bade coin directly, only coin indirectly. We are all victims. We can be all of us can be a victim of circumstances. All of us can be a victim of circumstances at any point in time. So this thought of Kukomi, let's remove it from our thoughts. It's a bad thought. It's a bad thought that national orientation needs to come in on that. Kukomi, it has killed so many things in this country. When you can always do a little thing that will bring a great result. But when you say Kukomi, let begin. It is all our duty. It's all our duty to make the fundamental rights of children with disability to be well protected and to give them an helping hand at any point in time. When you see them, they don't need to come and help. They don't need to ask you for help before you do it. I think this afternoon, the Kazima have been calling taxi for over 30 minutes. But the lucky one that I saw came down smiling. In fact, I added money because he gave me joy. Because he rubbed his own smile to mine. That is how to develop. That is how to develop. That is how to lift ourselves. when we say we want to neglect, it won't all go well for any one of us. Let us all put all our hands on the deck and make our country better. Gbogbo wa la níṣẹ́ ṣe o, kì í ṣe Tinubu nìkan o, kì í ṣe Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún nìkan o. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ yìí kò wọ́n kọ́ wà bẹ́ẹ̀ o, ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run ló dá wọn fún ìdí kan àti pàtàkì. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ jẹ́ a jọ gbárùkù tì wọ́n kí wọ́n lè gbégbé ayé tó rọrùn pẹ̀lú.
So in the midst of, thank you, brother, in the midst of discussion, please, you can as well contribute within these last 2 minutes. So 0030442929. 0030442929. If you are a parent, you want to talk about what we are discussing here. If you are a person with ability, you want to talk about what we are discussing here. Let's have your voice, let's have a thought on this. Fundamental human rights, fundamental right of children with disability. Whose responsibility? So 0030442929. 0030442929. You've been enjoying what we are discussing all this while. And I believe today we must have spoken the mind of some people that are in pains over this. We must have touched some of the areas that are bothering some parents of children with disability. We give kudos to these mummies and daddies. I will say mummies first because I know them more and I will say daddy because they drop money for the welfare of these children. We want to thank you all. And another thing is to those parents who have tried to see us thriving or succeeding.
We have a call from Manuel. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Manuel from Ado City. Hello, you are here.
Oh, sorry, the network. So, to those parents who have tried as much as possible to see us succeed, but still find it other way around to have those children died, please, we want to say we thank you because there is still a lot going on outside there. Parents of children with disability are actually losing them, either negligence, either to the challenge attitude and non-challenge attitude and the inability to provide. Some do lose these children. It pains them. Some will tell you that you think you don't pay them. No, they want to see that child doing well. They want their efforts to be seen at the end of the day. But unfortunately, some of them couldn't wait. So this is the package today, and we believe we'll come next week by the grace of God to represent it duly and to bring those beautiful topics to you. So till next week, when we come your way again, you want to talk to me about this program, call me up on 080-3044-2929. Oh, sorry, I'm calling through line. Please, 003840-2441. Pardon me. 3840-2441. 003840-2441.
You can also call me Abiodun Mayai on this number 070-3321-9924. 070-3321-9924. Children with disability, it is all our efforts to preserve their rights. So next week, when we come into your view, I just, by the grace of God, keep preserving the rights of children with disability. Bye.